What's that you got cooking?
Apple dew stew with apple dews.
Didn't we have that yesterday? Or the day before?
No. Yesterday, it was baked apple dew with apple dews, and the day before, it was fried apple dews.
With apple dews. I remember now.
Sorry, I'm doing what I can to switch up our meals. But in my defense, we have a pretty limited set of ingredients.
No offense to you. I'm just getting a little bit tired of the apple dews.
Well, I guess we'll just have to go for another forage, in case we missed anything. Oh, did you have a chance to look at the engine?
Yeah. It does seem like it took some damage upon landing. But I should be able to fix that real quick.
I also have some good news.
What's that?
I love you. Oh, with the lights off? Works for me.
No. I didn't do that. We must have run out of flow.
Weren't you supposed to charge up the nest today?
Excuse me if I was working on the engine. I can't do everything.
No worries. I'll go get some more outside. If I'm lucky, I'll stumble upon something to spice up the apple dews.
I'll come with you. Over there, a flow thread. Whoops. Try again? Yes! Just like the...
Perfect.
Although it seems like one thread won't be enough.
No worries, we'll find others. How many more do you think we need?
I don't know. 3? Maybe 4?
Good thing there are plenty of flow threads around here. Drifting is that useful?
It's crucial. It allows you to change direction without having to stop all the time.
Do I do that?
We all do it.
Sorry, birds. We didn't see you.
One or two more threads, and we'll be all set. that was a bust. We were too slow.
No biggie. Plenty of threads out there.
All right, I'm all charged up.
Me too. We can go when you're ready.
I'm taking the lead.
All good. This should last us a few days.
Now it's our turn to fill up.
Huh?
I'm hungry.
Done. Roasted apple dews with apple dews.
I can't tell if you're actually excited about this, or if you just enjoy seeing me suffer.
How long do you think this is gonna last?
The flow? Well, if we keep our consumption in check, I think a few days.
No, I meant us. Us here. How long until they come get us?
Do we have to talk about this?
We are going to need to at some point. We need to be prepared. We need a plan.
I'm planning on finishing my plate without hearing about the apiary. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay.
And FYI, you are the one that ruined the mood, not me. Wow, these floating islands are really something.
Yeah. Never imagined I would ever see this. Do you need anything?
No,
Huh. Me neither. You?
all right, let's talk about it. Fine.
I was just gonna ask if you could switch off the light.
Oh,
You've been mulling it over this whole time?
of course I've been mulling it over this whole time. Thank you for adding one more thing to my mind.
Hold on. Are you telling me you hadn't thought about it before?
You know what? No, I hadn't thought about it. I'm trying not to think about the apiary. Enjoy what we have here, even if it isn't much. Do you really think that they can come get us here?
If we could take the flow bridge here, then so can they.
But there's no way they can know where we are. Is there? I cut off the autonav, the astrolock. Even the landing was all manual.
I'm just saying, let's prepare for the worst.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
What? If that's what it takes not to go back, I'll do it. No problem. Kill them, steal their ship. By the time they send more guys, we'll be far away.
You're seriously not considering...
Maybe not. Maybe I am. At worst, we'll know.
You're scaring me.
Oh, come on. You're totally safe. You're my teddy bear.
I'm not sure how I should take this.
Well, take me in your arms for a start.
You aren't dressed yet?
I put on my pajamas.
I mean, to get out.
Well, see, I was just wondering, do we have to get out? Can't we just hang in the nest for once? Lounge around, read a book, watch a movie?
We don't have movies.
Right, sure, but you know what I mean.
Come on, the weather's great.
But the weather is always great.
For now. Who knows? Tomorrow could be the beginning of the long winter months. Could last for years. One more reason to stock up on apple dews.
You know, always being right is not necessarily a good quality. On the contrary, many people find it very unappealing.
You?
Not sure.
Do you remember where the apple dews were?
Could we try and pick something else for a change?
Is it me, or is the ground shaking?
It's shaking. It's shaking a lot. Is it over?
Anything broken?
No, I don't think so. Well, except...
Oh, I think the nest is done.
Yeah, but that's our home.
That's true. It is our home. Look, we can always search the islet, try and find a way to get to the other side.
Such as...
I don't know. A rope. Jetpack.
And if we don't find it?
If we don't find... I don't know.
Okay. I think I found something.
Huh?
Call me crazy, but this looks like a Bluton.
Yep, it looks like a flow bridge. Kind of like the one we took to get here. But smaller?
Is that possible?
Not that I know of. Interplanetary flow bridges are a well-documented subject, though when it comes down to it, no one really knows how they work. But I've never heard of bridges this size.
Well, regardless, this one is here.
Yes.
Okay. If this really is a flow bridge, I'm not sure what we're waiting for.
What?
Flow bridges are linking one place to another, right? So this one definitely leads someplace.
Wait, you want to just get on there without knowing where it goes?
It goes elsewhere. I think that's as good a start as any.
Huh.
Do we have everyone? Okay?
Here.
Then we're good.
Looks like we're on another islet.
Yeah. The bridge seems to be a link between the islets. If there are any others like this, we may be able to get back to the nest.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
A big ugly lizard?
No, the mushrooms on its back. Looks like a type of Hygroscybrubicins.
Ah. Is that good news? Like, can we eat it?
Oof. Unless you're looking for a quick way to unload your kidneys. But don't you find that symbiosis amazing? The movements of the lizard are helping spread the spores. As
Maybe it has bad hygiene. Maybe what you call symbiosis is just a fungal infection.
that's a possibility. We'd have to get a sample to...
Stop. Touch one of those mushrooms and you won't touch me again. Ever. Have you ever seen such a thing?
No, never. Must be an endemic species. I wonder if it's edible.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, I'll pick up some berries and run some tests. First, we'll need to observe any cutaneous reactions. Then we'll cook them to eliminate bacteria.
It's peppery.
You did not.
Go ahead. Try it. I'm sure you'll love it.
Oh, yeah.
Lightweight. Off we go. Let's pick these.
I'm not sure these will go great with the apple dew, but where there's a meal, there's a way.
You know what doesn't go great with apple dew? Apple dews. Do you think that's impressive? We can fly too. Watch out. I'm not sure our boots will fare too well in the water.
Oh, could they get damaged?
No way. They're waterproof. But you won't exactly grip the track underwater.
Follow me. Seems like our mini flow bridge wasn't a unique occurrence.
Good. Actually,
We should take a closer look. Great. We can bring that back to the nest to study.
any idea what's underneath our feet, Mr. Geologist?
I'm a biologist.
Isn't that the same thing?
Biology, the living, geology, the rocks.
And what makes you think this is not living, pray tell?
It looks like a dust deposition. Some kind of rust. And it looks like this kind of rust is particularly sensitive to flow.
What?
Look beneath your feet.
Oh, there's vegetation underneath. It was probably smothered.
Good thing we came this way.
That way. Look. It looks like the rust has formed into a bigger chunk. Rust.
Saw that. This is a pretty one. This is where we came from.
All right, I know. My turn.
Make sure they don't get squished.
Another flow bridge.
That's great. It means there must be others. If we're lucky, they'll bring us back to the nest. We should find the nest if we keep going north.
Explain to me how you know which way north is on this planet?
We should find the nest if we keep going straight ahead.
Thank you. Don't be scared.
A big bug like you.
I thought this planet was supposed to be a desert.
Deserted, not a desert. According to the archives, a colonization plan had been considered by the apiary, with Exonova as the main provider. But
Let me guess. High seismic activity?
I don't know. The file doesn't say anything about that.
I hope we don't have any more unpleasant surprises. We're here! We found the nest!
But in what state?
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. There is no way this thing is flying again.
Don't say that. You could make a rock fly with the right tools.
Well, maybe. But not this one. Both wings are wasted, the propellers were ripped off, and I'm not even done checking the inside.
We weren't really planning on leaving, were we? We don't really have another place to go anyway.
I'm tired. Why are we always so unlucky? Why are you laughing?
Hold on. We decide to escape the apiary, which apparently no one has managed to do before us. We punch in some coordinates really at random, only because some obscure document from Exonova vaguely attested to the existence of a habitable planet. By some kind of miracle, we cross the boundaries of the apiary without getting caught. We travel across space in a Class D ship that is totally not designed for that. And in spite of the fact that this is not all-terrain, we land without breaking anything. We find food and flow on site even though we hadn't really planned for it. Finally, we get hit with an earthquake, all right, but we get out of it unscathed. The only real consequence is that the nest is a little bit busted. And you think that we're unlucky? We are the luckiest people in the universe.
That's one way to see it.
This planet is our chance to start a new life. With our own rule, away from the apiary, from the matchmaker and all that loot. And I'd rather endure 1,000 earthquakes than risk being away from you.
What did you say this planet was called again?
Source.
Source, the beginning of something.
Seems like it.
Whoa, what a mess. And now the nest is all akimbo. This feels weird.
Yeah, we'll need to find a way to correct that. But it can wait until tomorrow. I think we've had our share for the day. If you know what I mean.
You can do whatever you want, but I am going to bed. I'm not hungry.
I never thought I would hear you say that in my whole life.
I guess my stomach has a deep connection to the nest condition.
Do you want to tidy up a bit?
No. Tomorrow. I don't feel strong enough right now.
You okay? It's okay. That was just a nightmare. Everything's fine.
That wasn't a nightmare.
Sure it was. Rest easy.
No! I was awake. I could hear you. I just couldn't move or yell. I couldn't breathe. It was horrible.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
For real?
It used to happen when I was a teenager. You feel something weighing on your stomach?
Yeah. On my chest. What was it?
I don't know. I used to call it the ball, because sometimes it felt like a huge ball was crushing me.
Oh. No, that didn't happen to me.
I wouldn't wish it upon you. For me, it resolved itself when I left the foster home. For you, it may be related to the nest.
But I don't want to leave the nest.
That's not what I meant. You're stuck to the bed. The nest is stuck to the ground. There must be something in that. You've been flying in this thing for years. I bet you're upset to see it in this condition.
No kidding. Which means that if we fix up the nest, this'll all go away?
Could be. Worst case scenario, the nest will be fixed.
Yeah. Well, I hope we'll eventually find the missing parts then, so I can get fixed up too.
All right. Now we can see a lot clearer.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but that should do the trick for now. Now, the Tractoglobe is probably done charging. Let's bring it outside.
Do you think it'll be enough to lift it?
I hope so, because I have no idea what else we can do.
Do you need anything?
No.
Huh. Me neither.
What are you looking at?
The distance between us and the apiary.
I wouldn't expect it to change.
Exactly. It's comforting.
It did feel a bit weird at first, but now I can't even tell the nest is tilted. I guess I got used to it.
What? No. You cannot get used to it. We're gonna get the nest out of this crevasse. I don't want to get used to it. What if we grabbed a little snack for the road?
Huh. Sounds good. I'll bring the first aid kit as well, just in case.
Did it move?
No, I don't think so.
Bulging bloat! Ugh, it's over. It's not going back straight. We'll never be able to fix it. We are condemned to living on an incline in a broken ship forever, until our body adapts and one of our legs starts shrinking to even us out.
What's the issue exactly?
Well, the back pain will be crazy, for one. And also, I don't know about you, but I personally like having a reasonably symmetrical body.
I meant with the Tractoglobe.
Ah, not enough power, it seems like. The battery drains out even before lifting the nest a centimeter off the ground. Although to be fair, it was originally designed to lift cargo crates into ships, not the ships themselves.
What if we plugged it into a flow spring?
I thought about that, but we'd have to be able to seal the pipe shut. Unfortunately, I don't think they make gaskets for flow springs from a distant planet.
Perhaps we can make one.
With what? Paper mache?
Remember yesterday when I told you that rust scatters when it comes in contact with flow? We could use that feature to sculpt a gasket out of pieces of rust.
You could do that?
I don't think I could sculpt a nude statue of you or a super complex component, but molding a gasket? That seems doable.
That's awesome!
Hold on, let's not start pushing before the panties are pulled down.
Excuse me?
You've never heard of that saying?
No.
Must be a truth thing then. That means let's not celebrate before we...
Yeah. I got it. Anyway, how much rust do you need in order to pull the panties down?
I don't know. 4 or 5 blocks like those we already got?
Okay, so let's try and find that.
I think we've got everything we need to mold a joint for the Tractoglobe. All right then, ready when you are.
I'm just waiting on you. I can't wait to get going. You know, you can use these boots for drifting. It makes faster turns.
Sorry, I'm still not completely used to this model.
So?
Well, it fits. That's a good sign. Let's get this ball rolling.
What?
What? Haven't you heard of that one either?
Oh no, I have. It's just a really old-fashioned saying.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, that's worse.
Can you just switch on the Tractoglobe, please?
Okay.
It worked!
We did it. Now, we just need to fix up the wings and the turbine and the hypopropellers and...
Don't be so cynical. Getting the nest out of the crevasse was quite a feat.
Huh? No, don't get me wrong. I am genuinely delighted. I love fixing things up, but I don't think we need to get started right away.
That's a relief.
Hold on. Let me try.
I think we scared them.
This isn't gonna go very far without Rust. Are you sure we want to go back there?
Why not?
Well, we've already looked there, and I'm not sure what more we can find. We're looking for parts to fix the nest. It seems...
Makes sense.
I saw another bridge a little further down. My guess is we're more likely to find some good stuff over there. Or bad stuff. I'm just saying, we'll find some stuff. This way is also full of rust.
Not for long.
It could always be useful. What does she want from us?
Be careful. These creatures don't seem to be in their right mind.
I did notice that. All right, that's it.
One of them is weakened. We should be able to pacify it.
Copy that. Done and done. Target left. All right, that's it.
Eat that.
Go, go, Kay.
Are you all right? First we weaken it, then we pacify it.
Okay, so we're striking then. It's settled down. Now's the time.
You!
There you go. We'll need to beat it up a bit more before we can pacify it.
You started it.
That didn't seem to bother him much. Woot! We'll need to beat it up a bit more before we can pacify it. He didn't like that too much.
Done and done. A good one. I'm taking the lead.
I got your back.
Sweet.
Nice one.
You! Whammo!
Ha! In your... Dodge this one. Your turn.
I got this.
Bam!
Nice shot. You started it. Let's get it. Wow. Well done. The end. And now he's back to being sweet. Seems like it was the rust that made him aggressive.
I'd do the same if I were them.
What?
Think about it this way. You wake up in the morning with a rash covering your body. If you scratch it, it gets worse. If you don't scratch it, it still gets worse. Of course you're gonna lash out first.
I don't think...
Of course it. Tell her Oink. Tell Kay that I'm right. Oink. His name is Oink now.
Boba?
What are they?
You've never heard. They're one of the most 25% carbohydrates, 50%
That adds up to 150%.
Precisely.
A great mystery of modern science.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
Maybe, but once you have a taste of my boba salad, you will.
What?
I have a stowaway on.
A bug?
Better. A seed? It must have hooked on when we brought.
And it just so happens it chose the one with the green thumb. Clever seed.
Natural selection.
Do you think you're gonna plant it?
What do you think?
Yeah.
If we find enough of them, we could start a little vegetable.
I vote yeah.
Motion approved. Just need to find some more seed.
Easy enough to.
Not so. If these plants have few natural predators, they might have somewhat of a slow reproductive process. We'll just need to keep an eye out.
You can count. What?
Nothing. I just can't imagine you spotting seeds right out of the wilderness.
Says the guy who's incapable of finding his stuff when it's right under his nose.
That's not the same. I mean, plants are kind of my specialty.
So? I know what a seed looks like, don't I?
Certainly.
I'm sure I'll find more than you.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Wanna bet?
Don't tempt me.
Isn't this the bridge we took to get here?
It is. Another seed. 2-0 is a pretty good start.
Hey, the first one didn't count.
What? Why didn't it count?
We hadn't started the contest.
Okay, 1-0. But that's only because I know I'll win.
And that is exactly what will cause your downfall.
We know what's that way.
Shield up!
Eat that!
Go, go, Kay!
Oh, Blue, chill!
Nice one.
You got this?
You bet I do.
This one's mine.
In your face! I'll keep them at bay.
You!
Boom! Hey,
You're too eager.
my shield isn't much use anymore. No way! Take that! Yes!
Too soon.
Ooh! I'm not really blocking any longer.
Oh, come on. You started it.
Haha! Meet my boyfriend.
Nice shot. Are your arms ripe for the picking?
Harvest time.
You block, I'll hit.
I don't even think you felt that. You! We may need to change our strategy. One down.
Bam! Shield up! Boom, baby! I got your back.
Sweet.
Oh.
You got this?
You bet I do. Awesome!
We're too slow.
Loot! Too soon. Cover me. Loot! Eat it! Loot, loot, loot!
We need to weaken them first.
Booyah! Target lock. Aha! That looks bad.
You're too eager.
Dodge this and eat it! Your turn.
Yep.
No need to hammer it in. Let's just pacify.
Well done.
Yes.
Are you okay?
You know, I am starting to get tired of being beat up by every critter that comes around.
It's not their fault. It's the rust that's pushing them to act against their will.
So, if I understand you correctly, you're telling me that you're siding with the critter that beat up your girlfriend?
Can we rewind a bit?
Oh no, too late, funny guy. Now you'll have to be twice as sensitive to my needs while I recover from these wounds.
Understood. All right. I guess it's time for me to do what I do best.
Snuggle?
I was more thinking about gathering strange plants with medicinal properties.
We already have some
Oh, yeah. Well, then I guess we just need to find a place to lay low and care for your injury. Another bit of rust for your collection?
Oh, cool. I don't have this one yet. Another thing from home. How many do you think Axonova built before they realized it wouldn't work?
I guess they knew what they were doing. Having worked for them, I can tell you they don't just throw money around.
Knowing my mom, I'm not surprised. Still though, it shouldn't take years of research and observation to realize that this planet is scattered around like a jigsaw puzzle. You don't just see this and think, ooh, this place is nice. We should settle it.
That's what we did.
But we didn't have much of a choice. Why did my mom never mention any of this to me? I don't think Axonova wins colonization contracts on the regular.
These buildings look kind of old. Your mom may not have been head of the company then. She may not have been with the company at all.
Yeah, that's possible. Still, it's weird.
Agreed. I guess we'll figure... Another one. We've been spotted. You block, I'll hit. Chill. Oh, Blute!
I'll keep them at bay.
You started it. Woo!
My shield isn't much use anymore. I'm not really. Get back.
Are you alright? We need to weaken them first.
My shield isn't much use anymore.
Oh, Blute!
Bam! No way! Target. Booyah! Dodge this one. Eat it!
Blammo! You!
Take that! Oh, come
You?
Yep, saw that. That should do it. Bye-bye.
Done and done.
Okay, now I'm really starting.
Imagine how I feel. I had washed my hair this morning. They're tailing us. Can we go back the other way?
As you wish.
Whew, we lost him.
Don't turn around, but I think we're being followed. We're too quick for them.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
What?
Straight ahead. An aerial flow thread.
Oh, yeah. Do you think it could carry us all the way up there?
Only one way to find out. We're too heavy.
Nah, this aerial thread is just too fragile.
Seems like that's the highest we'll get.
That wasn't too far off. Look, there's another bridge over there.
Ugh, but I wanted to go all the way up.
We'll have to lay off the apple dews then.
got a big one.
Oh, did you feel that?
What?
Like a tremor.
Should we take a break?
Indeed. If you told me one day I'd be millions of lumsec from the apiary watching rocks flying by,
Beautiful, isn't it?
I'd say intriguing. I'm trying to figure out how it works.
I'm pretty sure you don't know how nucleosynthesis works either. But you can still appreciate the stars in the sky.
That's true. It could be worse.
Yeah. Actually, this is all thanks to the matchmaker.
What?
Think about it. Imagine the matchmaker had put us together. We would have spent our boring lives in the apiary without surprise, and we would have never ended up here, together, watching rocks flying by.
This is no joking matter. For all we know, the apiary is hot on our trail right now. If they find us and they bring us back, we'll see how much you want to thank the matchmaker.
That was just a turn of phrase.
Not a good one. All right, come on. Let's go.
Two to nothing.
Okay, beginner's luck. But watch out. It won't last. We must look so goofy right now.
So what? No one can see us.
My batteries are empty.
Mine too. We need to find a flow thread.
Finally! Been there.
Well, yeah, that's where we came from.
Do we agree this thing does not look very natural?
It's probably satellite debris or A rocket propeller? This part of space is a real dump.
I don't know. This stone circle around it still looks weird to me.
This? These aren't stones. They're Bryums Mollis Mollis. Bloofs, for short.
Bloofs?
Yeah, because when you sit on them, it goes.
Ooh, I like. Huh.
I think I could fall asleep right here. You? You?
Who? What? I told you I'm not going back. Go bloot yourselves!
You? I think you fell asleep.
Oh, sorry. These bloofs are way too comfortable. You can't leave me here.
If we ever need to sleep under the stars, we'll know where to come.
If that doesn't get us back to full form, I don't know what will.
Not sure about you, but I'm already feeling better. Apple dews again.
So,
There's kind of an apple dew taste.
it's in there.
You know what we should have packed?
Marshmallows?
My guitar.
You have a guitar?
Well, yeah.
Where is it?
At my house. On top. Well, I guess these days I can't really call it my house. Or even say it's my guitar.
I didn't know that you played.
To be honest, I wouldn't really say that I play. My mother's had me take courses when I was little. I took them for 2 years and then I got tired. I never touched it again. I even called it an old-timey instrument. But I don't know. Now, with the campfire and everything, I wish I could pull it out.
I would have played along on the harmonica.
Because you play the harmonica?
No. But since we're imagining things, let's just run with it.
Yeah, you're right. I can already picture it.
We could have founded a band.
The #1 band on Source.
U and K Trio.
How is it a trio?
Give people something to talk about.
Very good. I was thinking more along the lines of the Flow Phantasm,
Very poetic.
isn't it?
Why not? Bite the rust.
Not bad. Dual Flow.
Acrocillin Blues.
10,000 pieces.
Fugue.
Apple Dew Stew.
Oh yeah, I definitely like that.
We are so Apple Dew Stew now. We'll bring the house down.
We just need to find stuff to repair the nest now.
We just need to? How do you feel?
Better.
kind of missed my U-turn.
We'll do better next time.
I thought it smelled good around here.
We almost missed this one.
Whoa. I'm not sure what his toy did to him, but I wouldn't like to be in its place.
Hold on. Isn't that...
What?
Let's get a closer...
Doesn't sound like a good...
Okay. It would seem that he's not gonna share his toy.
What did I tell you? It seems like my attacks aren't landing.
Maybe if we both attacked at the same time. Missed! He's too impervious.
We should coordinate our attacks. I think we found the right technique. All set.
Go, go, go! Ha! I'm sure he felt that.
On your mark?
Anytime. You want some more? Dodge!
Didn't flinch.
You could have waited for me to attack.
Blam.
All right, same attack on 3. 3! Same attack, same time. We can do this. Ready when you are.
Ready.
Awesome!
3, 2, 1.
Now, boom, baby!
On your mark?
Missed.
It seems like my attacks aren't landing.
Maybe if we both attacked at the same time. Awesome! Ready when you are.
All set. You.
Booyah! Kapow!
Who's next?
Who's next?
He left his toy behind.
That's not a toy. Looks like...
Alien machinery. I can't believe it. We have proof before our eyes. There exists, or has existed on Source, a form of intelligence at least as evolved as ours.
Kay?
This is a historic discovery. This is...
Kay,
What?
it's ours.
What?
It's a Draka. Drone for autonomous cartography. Very old tech. The kind we sent out to Beauty before it was integrated to the apiary.
Oh.
Seems like they pondered integrating Source for a while as well. I wonder why they changed their minds.
Could be the fact that this planet is scattered like a puzzle.
Probably was a factor. The Draka may hold some answers.
You're kidding.
No, really. Stuff from that era was built tough. We may be able to boot it back up. I might have spoken a bit quickly. But look at what I was able to salvage. The anti-grav chips don't seem to be damaged. I should be able to make them compatible with our boots by tweaking the connectors a bit.
Whoa.
Even better, the mapping module is also working perfectly. If I plug that into the glove's power source, This should be very helpful for finding our way around the bits of land.
You never cease to impress me.
That's nothing really. These old machines are plain and simple astronautical engineering. Not like the new stuff with boronic nano components everywhere.
So, that way we can map out the different bits?
Yeah, and with this, we can make our way back to the nest a lot easier. Hey, look! It says there's another bridge in this area.
Perfect. That way we can test if your thingy works.
They're right behind us. You can't catch us that easily.
Did I just see that thing eat up a flow thread?
Sure did. That's probably why these creatures don't seem affected by the rust.
Good for them. But I hope they're sparing some for others. Us, namely. I feel like she's avoiding us. Again?
No, wait. We just saw this one. The other bridge must be located a little higher.
On your mark.
Go, go, go! Your turn.
I got this. I'll eat that.
Ready when you are.
He's ripe for the picking.
Harvest time.
On your mark.
Now! Okay? No! Stay with me.
Thanks. Ready?
Go, go, go!
Oh, bloot!
Oh, did I miss?
Don't think so.
Ready when you are.
Ready. Go, girl. On your mark.
Anytime. Oh, come on! No way! Ready when you are.
All set. Let's get it over with.
And done. Are you? There you go.
Want to see you around.
One left.
All set.
Now!
You.
Ready when you are.
Ready. I don't like this. Ready?
Go, go, go!
Are you all right?
Hoot! Booyah! Ready when you are.
All set.
You know what to do.
I'm on it.
Now shoot! That's how we rock. This is where we came from, isn't it?
Certainly is.
us alone?
Right on. Seems like the radar.
Are you surprised? This is weird.
What is?
It looks like there's also a pre-recorded location on the radar.
What could it be?
I don't know. Little Draca's favorite picnic spot?
In that case, we definitely have to check it out.
Hey, isn't that Oink? Give me your boots. Once I plug in these chips, they'll be like a whole new pair.
I can barely figure out left from right as they are.
So, what's this rocky chunk got to say?
Well, for starters, it says it's not a rock.
Really? What is it then? Some kind of metal?
No, it's not mineral or organic.
So, what is it?
Going straight to the hard questions. But that is not how science works.
How does it work then?
First of all, you formulate a hypothesis. Then you build an experiment to test this hypothesis. You observe, and you learn.
Okay, then what have you learned?
That I'm lacking imagination regarding hypotheses? One thing we know for sure is that rust particles scatter immediately when in contact with flow. I'd like to observe this reaction more closely.
You can do that next time. Right now, you should go to bed.
Already? What time is it?
No idea, but I know I'm sleepy, and I want my snuggles before I crash.
Gotcha.
All right, give me those medical plants of yours. Time to fire up the synthesizer. With this thing, we'll be right back on our feet.
Are you sure you know how?
I have a synthesizer in my ship. Of course I know how these work.
No, wait, that's not the way.
I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because at this stage, you should...
Ugh! Look, I've always done it this way, and it's always worked out. You're not gonna tell me how to use my own synthesizer.
All right. All right, as you wish.
Haha! There! What do you say about that?
All right. I didn't know you could also do it that way.
And?
Sorry I doubted you.
And?
I love you?
Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but it'll do.
Where are we right now?
Thereabout. That's the best I can guess without Astrolock.
Do you really think that reactivating it could be dangerous?
Let's just say, I'd prefer not to risk it. As if I feel sleepy right now. I am gonna kill them. No! These looting anti-grav chips aren't the boss of me.
I still don't understand what the problem is.
The problem is, there is such a thing as a standard. And the Borons who designed this drone thought it might be fun to improve this standard. Except, if you take a standard and improve upon it, you get
A better standard?
no standard at all! And so now, it looks like I have to machine these Boron chips. Just so they can fit in these looting boots.
Anything I can do to help?
No, I'm okay. I'm done.
What? But that was super quick.
Well, yeah, when you have the right tools.
I mean, since you were—
It's a matter of principle. Let's go. We'll see if these work outside. Ready to test these bad boys?
I guess.
Okay, follow the thread as usual, except this time we should be able to make it till the end. Obviously, it doesn't work as well if we're not paying attention. Sorry, I'm kind of struggling. I should have drifted a little. Whoops. Try.
Should we take a break?
As you wish. Are you okay? Enjoying the view?
Definitely.
can't be.
All good. We're out of reach.
It's not very warm.
Get swimming. You'll warm up. That's better.
What is better?
Oh, nothing.
On your mark.
Go, go, go! Your turn.
I'm on it. All set.
Now!
On your.
You go, girl.
Take that!
Now what?
Ready when you are.
You?
Yep, saw that.
Ready?
We're on fire.
Well done.
Who's next?
Are you sure you know where we're going?
I think so.
That's it. That was the last one.
Clearly. We're breathing a lot easier without all this rust.
feel like a whole new world just opened up.
I hope we'll find what we need in this area to repair the nest. Okay, that's kind of cool.
You mean really cool?
Want to trade places?
As you wish. I'm going in. Master at work.
Well, there's no doubt about it now. Source was clearly colonized. Look at these. They don't look like research outposts. These are clearly dwellings.
I don't understand. Why would Exonova lie in their file?
That's what bothers you? There are tons of reasons people lie. I think the question you should ask is, how was the apiary able to colonize an entire planet without anyone noticing? Where did the people go? What does that mean for us?
I would like to think it's good news.
Really?
I don't understand what happened here, but if Source had indeed been colonized, then abandoned, that dramatically increases our chances of finding something to repair the nest with.
That's what you call good news?
No small victory.
Okay. We'll make do.
Watcher 6. On your mark.
Anytime.
You go, girl.
You know what to do.
I got this. Ready?
Go, go, go!
Let's get it over with.
And done.
On your mark.
Now!
All set.
Now! This one's ready.
I'm on it.
We're on fire. Now shoot.
Done and done.
We should have brought more.
I told
You're the one who.
What's your point? You never really said. How was it, working for my mom?
What do you mean?
I don't know. What was she like as a boss?
She wasn't my direct boss.
Quit playing with words.
To be honest, it was always a bit weird.
Tell me about it.
But she was always legit to me, though. I actually kind of got the position thanks to her. But, I don't know. There's always been a weird thing. Like the way she talked to me. As if she owed me something. Even though, to be fair, I owed her everything. Because in the end, I kind of got to meet you thanks to her.
That's true.
Let's not forget to send her a thank you note.
She'd have a stroke. We still haven't checked out the fragment flagged by the Draka.
It is kind of far, though. We made it.
Still no clue as to why the Draka had this location in its memory. Zip! Into the bag.
Ha! Did you feel that tremor?
Yes, and I don't like this at all. For here or to go?
To go.
Too bad. Wow. I was wondering if we'd ever find one.
What is it?
A drone charging station. For those that aren't built to harvest their own flow. Just like our old Dracker buddy. That would explain why its location was still in its memory.
You mean to tell me that this is some sort of flow pump?
No. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
That's awesome! Do you think it still works?
Let's see.
What's the matter?
It says system malfunction, error log sent.
Sent as in...
I don't know, Kay. Sent. Did we tattle on ourselves just now? If the apiary is receiving a message coming from Source, they're gonna know it's us.
Hold on. Can this thing really beam a signal all the way to the apiary? We're millions of lumsec away from the closest planet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm probably overreacting.
Until we figure it out, we probably shouldn't stay near this thing.
another tremor. It's as if Source were still breaking into fragments.
If only it would stop fragmenting beneath our feet.
Beep beep! Pick up the pace!
I'm doing what I can. I'm fighting with front-facing winds over here. And more rust.
You can never have too much.
We're all good. Creeps.
A job well done.
Kay?
Do you still need rest?
Of course. It's always useful.
On your mark. Did this thing really lay its butt right in the middle of a flow bridge?
Come on! Psst! Get! Move your butt elsewhere. Oh, can't you see you're in the way? Ugh. All right, I'm gonna bloot him up.
Move over. I'll take care of it. We're gonna lift it gently and... Oops. This thing is so heavy. I'm not joking. This species must have developed a hypermass or something. Oh, please, ease off the snide comments and help me out. What?
No, I'm getting my nails done. Of course I'm...
Okay, I don't think this is gonna work. Looks like this guy likes flow so much that he can't take his butt off the...
So...
stowaway.
There's still more.
Should've run faster, big guy.
Can you keep up back there?
Are you kidding? I have to go in slow motion. Come on, let's keep going. Turquoise nodulated cap, semi-resupinate, smooth margin, and hymenum is anastomizing lamellae are condylar with sharp and regular mark, short viscid stripe, flaring slightly underneath, subric fibrous flesh, tight under the hymenophore yet spongy around the tube. These are definitely Helicobacinium applanatum.
Cool.
You got that right. Not only is Helicobacinium applanatum edible, but it also has healing and immunostimulating.
That's perfect. Let's binge on helicaps and immunostimulate.
Helicobacinium.
Yeah, like a.
May I?
Of course.
This is where we came from.
All right, I know. Oh, look. That's how we got here.
Are you sure we didn't come this way?
Yeah. What about the nest?
I think somewhere in that direction.
At least from here, we can see the whole.
Yeah. And from here, you'd never know this is just...
Just. I'm wondering what the universe would look like without the flow.
For one thing,
How do you mean?
the flow bridges are linking together 2 points.
Carry on.
Anytime matter goes in the vicinity of these bridges, it's transported from one end to the other. Matter gathers at either end of the bridge, and that's what ends up creating these planets. Without flow bridges, no planets. Without planets, no life would happen. Without life happening?
Where does the flow come from, though? I thought it was supposed to be generated inside planetary cores.
Yes. The pressure that's being exerted by matter allows flow to stabilize in the shape of threads.
So? Don't you see the issue? If the flow bridges allow for the creation of planets, and the planets allow for the creation of flow bridges, which one came first? The flow bridges or the planets?
I guess a planet had to be there before. Unless the flow could. No.
Or maybe, and there are mysteries.
Okay, K0, universe. Spotted.
Do you see the size of this building?
Yeah, it looks like an assembly shop. There were some like that on Truth. Well, in a little better shape, I guess.
This one doesn't look very nice.
That's unfortunate, because he's right in the middle of the road.
Loot! Watch out! Looks like he's about to attack.
Ha! This one's tough.
Maybe try something else.
Eat that!
Got it.
And now we strike. This one's tough.
Maybe try something else.
You got this? I don't like this. Lambo. Why? They're up to something. This one's tough.
Maybe try something else. No, wait. I'm the one blocking. You start loading and attack as soon as he gets weak. Oh, did I miss?
Don't think so.
Thanks. Hold on. Remind me who's covering and who's attacking. I need you right now.
Oh, hi.
Cover me. Take cover! Loot! Oh, did I miss?
Don't think so.
Dodge this one! Loot!
Perfect.
Bam!
You're out of sync. We need to work on our timing. I'll cover, you attack.
Dig it! Oh, come on! Oh, did I miss?
Don't think so.
Watch out! Target left. Loot! Take that! Oh, did I miss?
Don't think so.
Oh, come on!
Got it.
Dodge this one. Hey, come on! Keep going.
Next time you're blocking.
Pew! Oh, did I miss?
Don't think so.
Bam! Loot!
You shouldn't both be blocking. I'll take the hits, you can attack back.
Make way. This one's mine. I don't like this. This one's tough.
Maybe try some.
You. Perfect.
Shield up.
Why? Chill. I don't like this. Careful! I don't like this. Eat that! Why?
Oh no, you. Sorry.
You!
Hey, come on! Keep going.
He's preparing something. One of us should charge up our shield. It's gonna be okay.
If you say so. I got your back.
Sweet. You started it. Perfect. You block, I'll hit. I don't like this. Make way!
Oh.
Why? This one's tough.
Maybe try something else.
I don't like this. Whammo!
He's ready. Pacifying time. Shouldn't we pacify instead?
Good teamwork.
As usual.
Done and done.
Hey, we're getting good at this.
Definitely.
But enough patting our own backs, we need to check out that workshop. Huh. Seems like they weren't worried about thieves.
Why do you say that?
The door, it has an auto, like it opens when you get.
Doesn't.
Of course.
If that's all there, move over.
How did you do that?
I figured out a trick. Remember when I upgraded the glove? Actually, anyway, you can try it.
Wow.
All right. Why not check inside? Wow, just look at these machines. This isn't a workshop at all. It's a museum.
Or just a very old workshop.
True. All these machines.
I'd say more like
Same thing. None of this will be compatible.
but I should be able to make this
Flute, how old are you exactly?
very funny. It's just that my engineering school was a bit slow to update its tech. I'll admit, I never thought I'd get to use that knowledge.
We'll take the extender nozzle then?
Might as well be useful to someone. You're being tailed.
Hit him with a flow burst. I can't see anyone behind us.
Now I'm hungry.
I know, right?
Catula spirata, a bulbous plant from the suppilation. This flower, it can fly.
I wasn't asking. But you can tell me what.
That's a little much.
Why is she?
Or do you... Oh, okay. What are you doing? This?
What? She didn't. Anyway.
Are you...
Yeah, we need to fix up the nest.
What? No! I thought we could ride on top of her so she could bring us to other islets.
Oh, wait, you're serious?
Well,
Hold on, Kay. That is an absurdly terrible idea.
why is that?
Ever heard of the law of attraction? Gravitational pull? Broken bones?
Come on, you. I thought you loved flying.
Yes, with seats and safety belts. Oh yeah, and cockpits too. Plus, how do you expect to climb on top of her? She'll never cooperate.
We just fed her. We're buddies now.
Kay, you're out of your mind.
If I manage to get on top of her, you'll follow?
And if you don't manage?
I will rub your feet every day for a week.
2 weeks.
10 days.
Sold. Do your worst.
Ready to get on board?
Do I have a choice?
A bet is a bet.
I hate you, Kay.
No, you're gonna love it. You'll see.
What?
Maybe she's waiting for... Let me try.
Whoa!
Off we go. That worked. She understood. Thank you. I'm...
Burble? Can we call you...
All right.
Hey, Burble. Are you sticking around? We might want to go back to where we came from.
All right, this works.
Awesome. Could you build a gyro stabilizer?
I can only make, like, four. Hold on. Let me show you. Just take a bit of rust. And here it is. A brand new capsule. Just need to activate it during combat in order to use.
Oh, so no.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry. No worries, this is good. I mean, really great. If you could just explain to me what the flow capsules do when you get a chance, because I missed that part. What are you doing outside this?
A cutting of Catula spirata. That way, we won't have to walk to reach remote islets.
When did we ever walk to go somewhere?
Manner of speaking. You can nitpick, or you can help me out.
What do I need to do?
Give it a little love.
All right, you can open your eyes. Surprise anniversary!
Huh?
I meant to say surprise, and then I thought, happy anniversary. I panicked.
Whose anniversary is it?
It's our anniversary. 1 month on Source.
Already?
Yeah, I mean, give or take a few days.
It went by fast.
Yeah, remember the time we almost died crashing on this planet?
And the time we almost died in an earthquake?
Ah, and the time we almost died fighting that critter?
I hope this is only the beginning, and that I'll have many more chances to almost die with you.
Aren't you a charmer? So, are you gonna open your present? Well, our...
Sure. Uh-huh. What
Fermented apple. I stuck them in the soaker tub to accelerate. I'm calling it apple.
do you think that it's...
Well, worst case scenario, we just wasted some apple juice.
Should we open it now?
We can open it whenever you want. Huh? What are you doing up so late?
I had an idea. I wasn't able to go back to sleep. Want to hear about...
Cause the only reason I'm awake is that
All right. So we figured out that rust was not a mineral matter, nor was it organic matter. So...
Antimatter?
Correct. I didn't even think of that. But no, if it were antimatter, we wouldn't be standing here talking about it. So considering that rust is neither mineral nor organic, nor is it antimatter, it could be... flow.
Cool. But you could have just asked me. You can tell it's not flow because flow is blue, and this is red, and
I'll have you know that I just completed the test, and the rust molecules are precisely the same as those in flow. They're just organized differently. Kind of like water and ice, if you will. Just not... That's why flow, in the form as we know it, has such a strong effect on the rust. The molecules are binding, unbinding...
yes, sorry to interrupt, but are you
I guess that depends on how detailed an explanation you need.
the least?
Then I'm done.
Okay, gotta pee. And done. It's all straightened out. Everything's tidy and clean.
Besides us, that is.
Yeah, we are kinda stinky. Off to the shower then?
Ah, Bloot.
What is it?
I just mobbed the bathroom.
Oh, do you think we can marinate another 10 to 15 minutes in our own filth?
Honestly, can do. To us.
To us. Hey, that's really good, actually.
That's really strong, too. Do you remember the first time you talked about leaving the apiary?
Of course. I'd had a shouting match with my mom. I was just angry.
No, before that.
Before?
We had landed the nest on a hilltop, we were stargazing, and you said, "Come on, let's go." I haven't stopped thinking about it since that day. I think that's what pushed me to dig into the Astro Company archives, which led me to find the coordinates of Source. I wanted to be ready for the day.
Wait, when was that?
I don't remember. Right at the beginning, you and your mom got in a fight. You hopped into the nest at night, and you picked me up at my house.
Was that when we went to the Uplands?
Yes, the Uplands, that's it.
Oh, Flute, I remember. It was in Frocember. It was super cold out. I was freezing. I just wanted to get back into the nest. That's why I said, let's go. And since you didn't respond, I thought you wanted to stay outside. So I didn't push it. I actually caught a beast of a cold that night.
Wait, so that means if I hadn't misunderstood that night...
I wouldn't have caught a cold.
No, but wait. You don't realize how deep this goes. That means we would never have known about Source. We would have never come all the way here. We would probably still be stuck in the apiary.
Sure. But if I hadn't caught a cold, I would have never been stuck in bed for a week. And you would have never visited me for tea with armloads of homemade cookies. And you would have never hung out with me for hours on end when I looked like a ghost. And I wouldn't have fallen in love with you. So who knows? Maybe I would be living happily in the apiary with my mate.
Which means that beforehand...
We had known each other for like 3 weeks, Kay. Do you really think that I fell head over heels the first time I saw you?
I know I fell head over heels the first time I saw you.
Oh, okay. You just like my looks then.
No, that's not what I meant.
You mean you don't like the way I look?
I have a feeling there's no right answer.
Then don't answer. Kay, do you mind if we switch sides?
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like a change.
Okay. Ugh, this is all sticky.
Yeah, and whose fault is that?
I guess I can't really complain.
Obviously not. That'll teach you to pay attention next time. The apple brew is ready!
So what are we waiting for?
Okay,
Yeah.
can we cook some?
What?
Yeah.
That's a whole lot better than Kinovision, isn't it?
But I still find it a little uneventful.
That's harsh. When the sun just disappeared beyond the horizon, that was quite a twist. Do you think the sun will rise tomorrow? Or is the world going to descend in darkness? A real cliffhanger.
Pass me the bottle instead of talking blute.
I think it's empty.
Oh, blute. I still can't believe we made it.
Well, it wasn't a big bottle or anything.
I meant we made it here, on Source.
Yeah, the odds weren't in our favor.
You mean you would have bet against yourself?
Considering the general condition of the ship, the meshing of the patrols, and the distance we had to go, definitely.
So why did you agree to follow me here?
Because you asked me to. What? Did I say something wrong?
No. Is your chair comfortable?
Why?
Mine is a bit big, just for myself.
Come sit.
Do you regret it,
What?
following me?
Why would I just look at this sky? Look at us. What is there to regret?
I don't know. The people? Don't you miss that? Seeing people?
Honestly? No. I did have friends and colleagues. When we left the apiary, at first, I thought I would miss them. I thought that after a while, I would feel a void. I need to see them again. But that hasn't happened yet. Actually, I consider myself pretty lucky to have you. Asking for more would seem egotistical or ungrateful. Anyway, I don't think I should be telling you these things, or else you'll end up realizing that I don't deserve you.
Do you really?
Should I?
Of course not. You're the best person I know. I'm the one who doesn't deserve you.
You're also the best person I know. You know what? I think the world doesn't deserve us.
Can't we zoom in on this thing?
No. To be honest, this is really just a gizmo. You need much more precise data in order to pilot. Improve what, exactly?
It's a bit late to start cooking food.
Oh.
I'm still wondering about the critter we saw on the flow bridge. At some point, it'll have to move to feed itself, right? What if we found a hiding place nearby?
Unless it feeds on flow.
What?
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? I know if I were sitting at an unlimited buffet, I wouldn't give up my spot easily either. Except if someone came along with something better.
That's it! A flow burst. That should get his attention.
I feel like you just stole my idea and stated it in a very crass manner in order to pass it as your own.
Yeah.
Up all night doing experiments again? I hope you're not developing a habit.
A habit of scientific experimentation? No, that would be a shame.
Okay, what have you found out this time?
Well, I was wondering, if flow can be condensed to produce this rust, maybe we could achieve the opposite reaction and sublimate the rust to restore flow to its fluctuating state. Useful flow, in short.
Why would we do that?
Well, we could use the rust as a flow reserve, like portable batteries, if you will.
Oh yeah, cool. So?
Well, nope, we can't. The amount of energy that is necessary to pass from one state to the other is gigantic. Much larger than what the flow could provide.
Some.
That's how science progresses you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I will achieve scientific progress in the bathroom. May the best of us win.
I'm still wondering about the critter we saw on the flow bridge. At some point, it'll have to move to feed itself. What if we found a hiding place nearby?
Unless it.
What?
That would explain a lot. I know if I were sitting, except.
That's it, a flow burst.
I feel like.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah?
I see you've brushed your hair in the shower again.
How can you tell?
It's not draining.
Sorry. Kay, we need to talk.
Should I be?
Yes. Promise me you.
I can't promise anything without knowing what this is about.
It's about your skidding skills. Let's just say that you could use. You're not mad?
Why would I be? I love to.
All right. Let's hop on a few threads to practice. Now! Now! Now you have a handle on this. Perfect.
I have to say, I have an excellent teacher.
Well, you passed the test. Let's get back to business. He's not giving up.
Binging on flow. This feels familiar.
Ah! He moved!
Maybe with a little more flow.
There we go. Hey, guy. You could have just told us that you needed flow.
Come on. Go. If you see anything that seems salvageable for the nest, just scream, okay?
This one should open.
This place is totally empty. So, did you find anything?
A slate, a broken stencil, candy wrappers, and a capless marker?
No better. A snack bag, plastic figurines, round-tip scissors, and 2 capless markers. I'm wondering which planet is hiding all the marker caps.
Let me see those figurines. This is Muffin and Cupcake!
Do you watch that? A children's cartoon about a baker's apprentice with magical powers?
And also, Muffin and Cupcake is a cartoon about friendship above all. And it approaches its subject matter with great maturity and sincerity, which can be appreciated at any age.
So, are you Team Muffin or Team Cupcake?
That's a stupid question. I don't need to identify with any particular character in order to appreciate a good series. All right, Cupcake. Cupcake all the way.
Burble? What happened to her?
That's not Burble.
Huh? How do you know?
She looks nothing like her.
Obviously, right now she's covered with rust.
Even still, you can tell their faces look completely different. Don't you see?
No.
Wow. Great eye for detail. Some friend of the animals you are.
Anyway, whether or not that's Burble, we can't leave her hanging like this.
We agree. Whoops.
Flow burst.
Hey, don't be scared.
Maybe we should be scared.
He's stunned. It's go time. Too late.
How about we load our attacks ahead of time? Are you okay? Shield up. Now's the time to hit him hard. That looks bad.
On your mark.
Go, go, go!
Stunned. It's go time.
Ready when you are.
Ready. On your mark.
Anytime. Now's the time to hit him hard. Ready when you are.
All set. This might be a good time to test the capsules that we put together.
First, you'll have to explain to me how they work.
It's easy. First, you load up the capsule with flow. Then, you just need to activate it.
Hang on!
Thank you. I'm gonna vomit. Oh no, you are not starting down that road. I have never yearned so hard for a shower.
Doesn't matter what you want, I call first.
He's stunned. It's go time.
Nice! That was easy! See? That wasn't Burble.
Yeah.
All right, lady. You can go now. Why is she staying?
Maybe she wants to take us for a ride. Like, that's her way of saying thank you. We've hit the jackpot.
So, where are you taking us?
Nowhere.
Maybe she's waiting for our go.
In that case, into the unknown.
Talk about the unknown.
This is something else.
Why do you think she brought us here?
Maybe because she needs our help?
But we just helped her out.
There are times when you have more than one problem. Anyway, now that we're here, should we take a look around?
Yes, sir. All this rust is starting to feel heavy.
Now that's an extractor.
Exonova settled all the way out here?
They've traveled billions of lumsects to come to Source. They're not gonna back down because they saw a sticky swamp.
Have you ever tried hopping on it?
Aww. Annette, look at that. Even covered in rust. The mom is still keeping an eye on her little ones.
I don't think those are her little ones.
Whose little ones do you think they are?
Judging by their size, I'd say our flying friends.
That's ludicrous. Why would she keep an eye on someone else's eggs? They're not even the same species.
Kay, don't you see the empty shell?
He ate the baby.
I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, no. That's not gonna happen. Ha! Look who's acting shy when fighting someone their own size.
I wouldn't call that acting shy.
Much better.
Bam! Eat it!
Now what?
You know what to do.
I got this. On your mark.
Booyah! Ready when you are. Ooh!
I don't even think he felt that. Oh no, that's not gonna happen. Chew on this! Now that's how we treat baby eaters around here. Shielding.
Perfect!
Chew on this!
Cover me.
All set.
Now! This one's ready.
On it. He's ripe for the picking.
Harvest time. Are you okay?
You block, I'll hit. Let's get it over with.
And done. Oh no.
Are you all right?
Great job.
You're welcome.
One left. Loot! Too soon. Ready when you are.
Ready.
I got your back.
Sweet. Does it hurt? Huh? Does it?
Kay, you're starting to scare me.
I hope you weren't too attached to your teeth.
Ooh! Shield up.
Chew on this. Next time, you'll think twice about eating babies.
Oh, come on!
You're not impressing anyone. Now that's how we treat baby eaters around here. Chew on this. Next time, you'll think twice about eating babies.
Ooh, that looked loot. Ooh, my shield isn't much use anymore.
Does it hurt? Huh? Does it?
Kay, you're starting to scare me.
Oh no, that's not gonna happen. 3, 2, 1.
Choo! Ready when you are.
All set.
Target lock. Eat it!
He's ripe for the picking.
Harvest time.
Done and done.
Yeah, that's it. Get out of here. Hope I don't see your face ever again.
I'm surprised. I thought you would start lecturing about the different paths of survival. Chalk it up to the laws of nature. Each one has its place, yada.
Yes, except the baby eaters.
Huh.
I'm sure that's the reason she brought us here.
All right, then I guess.
I guess we just need to ask. Come on, lady. Time to bring us home.
Thanks, friend. Is it really a good idea to go out at night?
No, you're right.
Improve what, exactly?
Oh no, Cupcake, it's horrible! A Scotch bonnet has snuck some hot sauce into a cream puff, and a child with most delicate taste buds is about to bite into it.
No worries. This is a mission for Muffin and Cupcake. Da 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 da.
The quality in this is great.
Yeah.
You do realize that we're just staring at a hologram of a planet which is literally just in front of us?
How big do you think this planet is?
I couldn't tell you for sure.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
The sun was still high when we went to sleep, so I would say early afternoon.
No, I mean the real time. Like the apiary's time.
Then no.
Don't you want to know?
Not really. Time in the apiary only makes sense on apiary planets. The night and day cycles are a lot shorter here.
I know that. But I like to take a look at the time before I go to sleep. That way, when I wake up, I can look at the time and tell whether or not I slept well.
Can't you just go by whether or not you feel rested?
That's not the same. You don't get it. It's psychological.
How long do you need to sleep?
8 hours, 10 minutes.
Okay, so let's say it's 11 p.m. So tomorrow morning, I'll set the Nest clock at 7 a.m. Does that work?
7:10. And yes, that works. Thanks. I need a break.
Are you okay? I've never seen you shy away from finishing a plate.
Bit hyperbolic.
It tastes bad, doesn't it?
No, it's really good. It's just, when you said you were making a salad, I wasn't expecting this. This is actually really, really fatty.
Well, of course there's boba nut in it.
There's gotta be a way to soak up a bit of the fat, you know?
But it's supposed to be fatty.
Can't you try it another way? Maybe by trimming the fat off the boba nut?
This is the best way to make it. As a teenager in the foster home, boba salad was my go-to dish. Cheap, nutritious, easy prep. I've tried every combination you can think of, and I can tell you that this is the best.
Have you considered the fact your palate might have changed since you were a teen? As well as your metabolism. I'm not sure you need this much fat in your diet.
You're probably right. I'll try trimming the fat off the nuts next.
Thank you.
So, wanna do anything?
I don't know.
Wanna go outside?
Do you?
Eh,
Thought so.
we could play a game.
I don't really feel like it right now.
Too bad there's nothing we can watch.
Yeah.
Or we could just do nothing.
Yeah, nothing sounds nice. Who is using up all the hot water?
What?
Could you stop using the hot water, please?
Oh yeah, sorry.
How big do you think this planet is?
I couldn't tell you for sure.
Should we go out and explore?
I would love that.
Double backflip. What's up?
Well, I have to admit I just flipped once.
Oh yeah, so did I. It's a double because there's two of us.
Oh, okay.
On your mark.
Now! Meet my boyfriend. Bye-bye.
One to go. Go, girl.
Ready when you are.
Ready.
Oh, come on! Shield.
Oh, come on. I don't like this.
Oh.
Woo! On your mark.
Go, go, go!
You. This one's tough.
Maybe try. Oh, come on!
You block, I'll hit. Are you all right?
Oh, did I miss?
Don't think. Why?
Ready when you are.
Oh,
Dodge this one. This one's ready.
I got this. Let's get it over with.
And done. That was easy. What?
I think I just swallowed a bug.
Flow burst, now!
All clear. Do it again?
Easy now. I think you're forming a habit. Are you okay? Enjoying the view?
Definitely.
To a rustless world.
Now what is this?
No idea, but its engine hood would be a great fit on the Nest.
That's it? Aren't you curious? Don't you want to know what this machine was for?
I know that it's good for nothing now, and we have a Nest that needs repairs.
All right then. let's go.
Go where?
Well, to the nest. Aren't we taking the hood?
Yeah. Yes. Let's go.
Let me know if I can help.
I am happy to say that is over and done with.
You know, that is one nice vehicle.
Of course. I'm the one who built it.
Do you still consider this the same nest as the one you fixed up as a teenager?
What do you mean?
Well, we just changed the engine hood.
I just changed the engine hood.
Yes, okay, you did. But this isn't the first thing you've changed on the nest. And I hope it isn't the last one either. So, my question is, at what point does the nest, the one at the beginning, stop being the nest? Was it the first time you changed a part? Or will it be when you replace the last original part? Assuming you haven't done so yet. Does it happen sometime in between? Afterward? And even then, before you fixed it up the first time, all the spare parts that would eventually make up the nest, were they already the nest?
That's a Boronic question. The nest isn't a bunch of parts glommed together. The nest is more like a concept. It's the sum total of all the memories we have, the affection shown towards her. The nest will be the nest as long as we're here to call it the nest. And when we're no longer here, she can be anything she likes. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's...
Of course. This isn't gonna go very far without Rust.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
I think so. All clean.